broadcasting across the nation from the East Coast to the West, keeping you up to date on technology while enjoying a little whiskey on the side, with leading-edge topics, along with special guests, to navigate technology in a segmented, stylized radio program. The information that will make you go, Pull up a seat, raise a glass with our hosts as we spend the next hour talking about technology for the common person. Welcome to TechTime Radio with Nathan Mumm.
Welcome to TechTime Radio with Nathan Mumm, the show that makes you go, Technology News of the Week, the show for the everyday person talking about technology, broadcasting across the nation with insightful segments on subjects weeks ahead of the mainstream media. We welcome our radio audience of 35 million listeners to an hour of insightful technology news. I'm Nathan Mumm, your host and technologist with over 35 years of technology expertise. Our co-host here in the studio, Mike Raday, is the award-winning author, human behavior expert, and world-famous Mike, the AI guy.
Okay.
All right. You know what? We have people all across the globe that listen to our deal, and they all now know Mike, the AI guy.
Great.
Okay. All right. We're live streaming.
Not going to change anything.
We're live streaming during our show on 6 of the most popular platforms, including YouTube, Twitch.tv, Facebook, LinkedIn, and now Kick and Rumble. We encourage you to visit us online at techtimeradio.com and become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/TechTime Radio. We're friends from different backgrounds, but we bring the best technology show possible each week for our family, listeners, and fans to enjoy. We're glad to have Tracy, our producer, at the control panel today. Welcome, everyone. Let's start today's show.
Now on today's show.
All right, what are we having on today's show? We have the award-winning game show. All right, Two Truths and a Lie is back. All right, nothing better than that. We have some stories that are going to make you go, and we got some interesting information to talk about, of course, with our government. Now,
What?
well,
We don't talk government stuff.
we're going to be talking a little bit about our government in China. They're kind of at a little bit of a war with each other right now. So we're going to kind of talk about that a little bit and see what we got going on. And of course, we have our standard features, including This Week in Technology, our technology fail of the week, and a possible Nathan Nugget. And of course, our pick of the day, whiskey tasting, to see if our selected whiskey pick gets 0, 1, or 2 thumbs up by the end of the show. But now it's time for the latest headlines in the world of technology.
Here are our top technology stories of the week.
All right, story number 1. Today's top story is the global robot wars begin, and America makes the first move. Today, we're opening with a story that could reshape the future of AI, robotics, and global power. The United States has taken a dramatic step, one that the analyst says marks the first official punch in what's already being called the global robot war. Now, the FCC has moved to block foreign-made humanoid and quadruped robots, which quadruped, which are essentially four-legged, or it also includes the track system. So if it has a track system on it that runs on those, as you see in Terminator 2, that also is a part of that terminology also. Okay, so just want to make sure we're staying clear with the T2.
I thought you meant like track lighting. You're talking about actual
the tracks on the robots. All right, citing national security threats and the risk of foreign intelligent infiltration. With a sweeping move and massive implications for America innovation, we now go to our remote reporter, Jennifer Merrick, for more on this.
Thanks, Nathan. The FCC's new order bans future imports of foreign-made humanoid and quadruped robots, placing them on the agency's covered list unless they receive special exemptions. Existing approved robots can still be sold, but any new models from overseas, especially from China, which dominates global robot production, are now effectively blocked. The FCC says these machines pose unacceptable national security risks, including data collection, surveillance potential, and remote commandeering. China has already condemned the move and warned of countermeasures. Now back to the studio.
All right, let's dig into what this really means. Because the FCC frames this as a national security shield, they can then kind of create their own rules. But this is $1 trillion race for AI and robotics. Now, China ships 90% of the humanoid robotics just last year. Their companies include 3 of the major global leaders. So what does this ban really do to protect Americans, or is it really protecting American companies from a competitor that's already winning? That's kind of the question. Now, you know what I think it is?
What?
I think that we are in a big trouble because if China retaliates, U.S. robotic firms could lose access to critical components. What if China right now and all these companies decide that they're no longer doing updates for these robots? Guess what they do?
What?
They stop. They can stop working.
They
could have
watch the
security
movie.
issues.
They should watch the movie iRobot, and then they could update it to like take over the whole United States.
But what happens at the end of iRobot? They shut all the computers, all the droids down, right? They all stop working.
No, they get reset. They get reset the factory and end up in basically a concentration camp for robots.
Okay. So that could absolutely happen here. What if China decides to reset all these robots that are out there working right now? What's going to happen to Amazon? What's going to happen? I don't know. What's going to happen to these large companies?
That might we might shed some light on that in the second story here.
Okay. Well, it's interesting. Here's what people are saying about it. Paul Miller from Forrester says the U.S. wants to shield domestic robot makers and prevent foreign sensor platforms from operating near critical infrastructure. Well, that makes sense because these robots have access normally to everything. They're seeing everything in a factory floor. They don't want them probably to be spying on that. Now, China's Ministry of Commerce calls the ban a discriminatory and an overreach of national security. This is kind of where I keep on struggling.
Here's the problem, right? We get almost all of our electronic and battery technology from China, right?
China, Japan, yep.
So if we start playing with that, we're just going to lose access to the components that we need to do this.
And what about all the memory we need to run all of our AI devices? That's all being manufactured in China too.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
this is just one of those. It feels like sort of a saber rattling thing about, technique.
Okay. So this isn't about robots dancing in malls or delivering packages. This is about U.S. and China fighting for who's going to own the AI powered machines. And China is significantly ahead.
I'm going to have to hire somebody with an iPad to come over with a remote control Roomba.
Well, no, but just think of that. If you're an Amazon or Ford and you have these automated systems and these robots, they're going to have to go and hire real American people again.
No way.
This is a crisis.
Horrible.
This is a crisis to our nation. People would have jobs.
People would get jobs.
Yeah,
no,
we can't have that happen. So I'm sure there will be some type of compromise.
Sure.
All right. That's story number 1.
You really want to hear number 2?
What do we have for story number 2?
What would happen if you walked into a school and were greeted by a sex bot?
A sex bot?
Yeah.
If I walked into a school, like a high school or a college or
I don't know.
High school, it probably, I think there was movies made in the 80s about this.
Yeah. School district pauses a plan to deploy a humanoid robot in class after the public's outcry. Who's shocked about this?
I don't know. What do we got?
We've been talking about this for months about how we're trying to shove all these humanoid robots into things, and somebody's trying to put it into a classroom.
Okay.
It blew up in their face.
That kind of makes sense.
School district in Western New York has officially slammed the brakes on its plan to deploy a robotics humanoid robot named Sally as a teaching assistant. And yes, that robotics, the company that spent years insisting his robots are not sex dolls, while the internet collectively raises its eyebrow. Now, before anyone panics, the district says the robot was supposed to help with STEM and art classes.
Enrollment just increased like 3x.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But when parents saw the photos, the silicone skin, the dazed expression, and the Halloween clearance bin wig.
Okay, yeah.
The community responded exactly the way you'd expect. Absolutely not. What is this thing and why is it in a school?
Okay.
And honestly, can you blame them? Realbotics LLC keeps insisting they're totally separate from their sister company, Intima LLC, which happens to own Real Doll, which is one of the biggest sex robot manufacturers on the planet. Totally separate, no crossover, no shared tech, no shared staff. Just, the same holding company.
Okay.
Right? And this is the part where I get to say, I told you so. Because the second you Start doing this, you mix humanoid robots, AI, and a corporate family tree that looks like it was drawn by someone hiding evidence. You're going to get public outrage, and you're going to get it facts. Facts are the district plans to use Sally as a actual classroom assistant because the robot cost $57,000.
How much?
$57,000.
$57,000 for a robot.
For a robot.
So couldn't you hire like 2 assistants for like $30K each?
Well, considering teachers nationwide are underpaid and thousands of positions are unfilled, this is one of the ways they are trying to figure this out. I don't think that's really a reason for why those positions are unfilled, but hey, So Sally supposedly can generate lessons, translate 100+ languages like C-3PO, and prompt teachers if they lose their place.
Okay.
Realbotics claims that Sally will not hallucinate facts and will say, I don't know instead, which, we all know that's not going to happen. They also say Sally won't be connected to the internet in order to protect student data.
Really? You're telling me no student after school is going to go plug in that bot and get an update?
Yeah. After the public
this is
backlash.
STEM, right? These are the smart kids. So the smart kids are going to say...
just wait. Wait.
All right,
just wait to see what happens, right? After the public backlash, the district paused the deployment. Look, schools need tech literacy, yeah. Students will use AI anyway to their detriment, and teachers need that support. But replacing human educators with a silicone android that looks like it wandered out of a tech convention after being plugged in backwards, that's desperation.
Okay.
Let's be real. This isn't happening because robots are suddenly great teachers. It's happening because districts are broke, teachers are burned out, and someone convinced the superintendent that a $57,000 robot with a wig was a good idea. So yes, the district says Sally will never replace teachers. But based on the rollout, the optics, and the backlash, Sally won't be replacing anything except maybe the superintendent's peace of mind. And who knows? Maybe
the superintendent?
Sally will go home with the superintendent.
All right. So what do you think about having an android teach you?
I don't have an. I'm not. No.
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 You don't want an android ever teaching anybody?
No.
Okay.
No.
No.
I would like to fix the education system so that, teachers get paid well. That would be nice.
Okay.
But hey, I'm just an old grumpy guy who remembers the good old days when we didn't have all these weird problems.
I'm sure we had weird stuff.
Hey,
with our teachers.
Things might be looking up because if America has fired the first shot in the robot wars and China retaliates by not doing this, then, that whole humanoid robot thing will solve itself.
Today is all about robots. We got a lot of robot stories. It's pretty fun. There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so that's that.
Well, that's that. All right. Well, story number 3. This is going to make you feel even better about yourself. Most Australian teens still on social media after the 3-month ban. Remember we talked about this ban? You actually had this story. Australian regulators are facing a stark reality. The country's under 16 social media ban isn't working. A new e-safety report shows that more than 81% of kids ages 10 through 15 are still on social media platforms, just 3 months after the law took effect. Now, remember, this is a countrywide law.
Yeah.
If you're 15 or under, you cannot be on social media. They just did that. So now, even more concerning, about half says the platforms never check their age, allow them to keep or easily recreate accounts. The ban was designed to drastically reduce teen social media, forces platforms to implement real age checks and boost offline activity, but none of that has happened. Teens stayed online. Platforms rarely enforce the rules. Parents became less aware of their kids' habits, and offline life didn't change a bit. Now, Australia has passed the rule, but the enforcement never followed through. It's got weak age assurance systems were the primary failure, and many teams simply listed themselves as 16 or older and were incorrectly flagged as that. Despite the ban,
do you see why I'm the grumpiest guy on the internet? Do you see why?
I do see that. Despite the ban, the studio found no meaningful increase in offline activities like sports, arts, and community events. So this did not work. But millions of dollars were spent to create a countrywide ban where teens who violate it are not punished, nor are the parents. The legal responsibility falls entirely on the platforms that are not in that country. So there are no ban. I mean, it's really tough for you to say, oh, we're going to ban Facebook. We're going to ban
they do
Meta.
this in North Korea, and I think it works.
Well, yeah, I guess if you get rid of everything and create your own rules and laws, I guess that would work. So here's where we're at. If you are a country or a state or any legislator that thinks that you can change your teenage kids in your country by imposing a law with no penalties other than please don't do it, guess what? That just opens the door for people to do it even more aggressively.
Is that the Nathan Mumm human behavior expert?
That is the human. Well, that's what the stats are telling. I'm not even making that up. More people are on social media now with the ban than they were previously. So
yeah. Well,
you spend millions of dollars to say that you're going to ban something to get more people to do it. Why would you have spent any money at all? Why would you have even made it an issue?
I'm going to say something that I'm often quoted by the AI is saying a lot.
Okay.
People are stupid.
Oh, people are stupid. All right. Okay. Well, that ends our top technology stories of the week. Next, though, we have the game show that is sweeping the nation, where you, the listening audience, have a chance to outdo our studio. But we're going to hit 88 miles per hour as we head off to our next segment. See you after the commercial break.
Looking for custom glass solutions for your next commercial project? Hartung Glass Industries is your trusted partner in custom glass fabrication. For over 100 years, Hartung has delivered proven manufacturing expertise, comprehensive product offerings, and dependable service and quality. From energy-efficient facades to custom shower doors, we create glass solutions tailored to your project needs. With 8 facilities across the U.S. and Canada, we combine national expertise with a local touch-ensuring faster service and unparalleled customer care. Hartung Glass Industries, where quality meets innovation. Visit hartungglass.com to learn more.
All right, welcome back to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm. Our weekly show covers technology subjects without any political agenda. We verify the fact. We do it with a sense of humor. And, of course, with a little whiskey on the side. Today, Mark Gregoire, our whiskey connoisseur, is not in the studio. You know what? We're just going to now say on this reading, Mark is joining us remotely. And then when he's in the studio, it'll be like, wow, he's in the studio today. So
be a big party then.
That would be a big party. All right. What have you chosen for us to do or to sip today?
Well, today you guys are using the 2025 Flavor Whiskey Evan calendar, which is the 24 remarkable whiskeys we are using for our year-long blind whiskey competition. So our listeners are listening in to see which one Nathan and Mike like best for the year. So everybody come along for the ride. We do this once a month while they uncover new tastes and try and train for the second year of their senses to become true connoisseurs. Now today is round 2 of 3. Where they're going to choose the winner to move on. If they disagree, I get the lucky deciding vote. So hopefully they disagree.
All right.
Now, let me tell you about these 2 whiskeys.
Okay.
So today you are tasting 2 whiskeys that come from very different corners of the world. And they take 2 very different approaches to bending the rules. Now, the first blends whiskey with spirits that include components from nearly a century old, meaning part of what is in the glass predates television and nearly all of Nathan's pop culture references. The second comes from one of the world's fastest growing whiskey regions and uses an unusual combination of woods intended to create layers of sweetness, spice, and savory character. So today's blind tasting is simply about which approach Nathan and Mike enjoy more. So everybody stay tuned later in the show to see which one moves on.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I really.
So give the viewers a little hint. One of them is a number 1. I think one is number 16. Is that correct?
One is 16 and one is 10.
No.
What?
That's not correct.
Oh, that's not correct.
That's a 0-1,
no.
not a 1-0.
Oh, it's a 0-1. It's 0-1. Okay, it's 1. It's
okay.
1. Sorry. I'm looking at it upside down and I saw 10.
Numbers are difficult. We understand.
the English language numbers. Just basic breathing.
You're not batting 1,000
Come on,
buddy.
for a technology person, zeros and ones. That's what we think.
But you look at it though, it can look like 10 from the side there, right? It can look like a 10.
Sure, if you need it to look like a 10, it looks like a 10.
1 and 16 for our listeners. Which one are you leaning towards right now, Nathan?
Absolutely. This was 1. So 1 is like huge. 16. I don't even know if I like 16. So that may have been a pick that I voted down, and maybe you guys overrode me. Is that what happened on that one? I don't know. I don't like 16 at all.
I'll tell you later, Mike. What are you leaning towards?
I think I might have to take the 5th on that because it's matching up with.
Oh, you're agreeing with
El
me?
Palido over here.
Very interesting. This is very interesting. So, Mike, don't feel bad.
Okay. Oh, that was a hint from Mark. Did you hear that?
No, I mean the shot glass, the one in the shot glass has a really good flavor burst.
It does. And it doesn't have too big of a bite either. But it has a lingering taste, and the other one kind of tastes like...
The other one's very plain.
Well, as you guys drink responsibly because heaven can wait.
All right. Well, with our whiskey tasting completed, let's move on. Don't go anywhere, Mark. Let's move on to our feature segment. Today, we bring back the world's hottest game, sweeping the nation. It's tech, it's trivia, it's all out fun. Let's start the next segment.
And now we have 2 truths and a lie.
All right. As we do this, I'm going to read 3 articles, and you guys are going to try to pick out which one of these is completely false and which one of the other 2 are true. Now, you cannot look at the internet. You cannot be scrolling. Everything has to be down. You are just listening to the story. This is going to be interesting because we have Tracy behind our board, so she's now going to get a chance to listen to this too. Mike and Mark, here we go. Story number 1.
As Nathan refines his AI prompting skills.
All right. Story number 1. Snapchat pushes back on AI, spotlights new prioritized human creators. Snapchat is making a major shift in how content gets posted on its service and Spotlight feed, announcing that human-made videos will now be prioritized over fully AI-generated content. The company says the change is designed to protect originality, improve viewer experience, and ensure real creators, not automated content mills, get rewarded. Starting this month, fully AI-generated videos will no longer be recommended on Spotlight, and it's no longer eligible for monetization. Even if creators disclose that they use AI, Snapchat's updated guidelines make it clear authenticity comes first.
Authenticity
comes. Okay. The platform isn't banning AI entirely. Videos that use Snapchat's own AI editing or enhancing tool will still qualify, but they'll carry visible labels that say AI involvement. Snap points to a 120% increase in unique Spotlight contributors over the past year as evidence that AI creation is overtaking original content. Story number 1, Snapchat pushes back on AI. Story number 2, Tesla reported is testing its first smartphone, the Model T model. Tesla is preparing for one of the biggest tech curveballs of the decade. Multiple internal leaks suggest the company is quietly testing a prototype smartphone called the Model T Mobile, marking Tesla's first move into the mobile hardware market. According to supply chain sources, the device is already in the late-stage development and includes several signature Tesla features, including Starlink-optimized antenna system, solar assist charging strip so that you can charge it in the sun or any remote location, a custom Tesla OS designed for AI automation, probably integrated into Grok, deep integration with Tesla vehicles, including biometric unlocking and remote prep, a new glass display called Electro Glass, rumored to be shatter resistant. Early reports say the phone is being produced in a limited pilot running at Tesla's Fremont facility that will span tooling underway at its Texas factory. Insiders claim Elon Musk initially dismissed the idea of a Tesla phone, but approved the project after engineers just demonstrated Starlink-powered mobile connectivity and the on-device vehicle AI. That's story number 2. Tesla is coming out with a smartphone. And story number 3. Robots are going to the gym. Surprising new trend is emerging in the fast-growing robotic industry. Before robots ever stepped onto a factory floor or hardware warehouse, many of them are spending time in what they call now robot gyms. Huge warehouses are being involved as robotics evolve beyond simple automation into advanced AI-powered system. Developers are discovering that teaching a robot a task is only half the challenge. The bigger challenge is preparing it for unpredictable situations it will encounter in the real world. To address this, the robotics developers are creating specialized training environments where robots can safely gain experience before deployment. Looking much like a military outlay, the robot gym allow machines to practice thousands of scenarios, make mistakes, recover, and learn without disturbing operations and creating safety risks. Engineers can expose robots to conditions that might be dangerous, expensive, or simply too rare to recreate during normal testing. Industry experts say this approach is becoming increasingly important as the robotics sector shifts into the so-called physical AI systems. The concept is similar to flight simulators used by pilots. Rather than learning critical lessons during live operation, robots develop experience in controlled environments where failures become valuable training opportunities instead of costly mistakes. All right, there we go. Robots are going to the gym. Tesla's new Model T and Snapchat pushes back on AI. Which one of these stories is the lie? We're going to start on the board first. So, Tracy, which one of these three stories do you think is not true?
Well, I wasn't really listening. Sorry.
Okay.
So I really didn't hear the first one.
I like this new board operator.
Yeah, I was sorry. I was working on the board, so I was not paying attention to the very first story.
Snapchat pushes back on AI.
I understand. So what I did hear, though, I think that Tesla making a phone is the one that's not real.
You think it's not real? Okay. Mm-hmm. And why is that?
Just because I haven't heard anything.
Okay. All right. That's okay. That works. All right. Mark.
Wow.
You know what? We did this.
That's a very weighted. That statement just does it all right there, I think.
Okay. You know what's interesting is we had a story on here, 3 months ago that was fake, that actually became true. So that's what's horrible. All right. So, we'll go to you next, Mike. What do you say? Tesla's phone, Snapchat pushback, or robots going to the gym?
Okay. Well, Snapchat pushing back on AI, that sounds pretty true.
Okay.
Because everybody is complaining about AI generated crap on social media. So that's probably true. Training robots in gyms, I've seen those facilities, so I'm pretty sure that's the correct one too. Tesla making a phone, yeah, that seems even outside Elon's weird thought processes. So if there was a phone being developed through any of Elon's companies, I would think it would be Starlink that is developing a phone, not Tesla, the car company.
Okay. All right. We'll go to Mark. Mark, you're up.
Well, I don't want to disagree. So I thought the robots in the gym was a crazy story, but Mike says he's seen them. But I was like, that's so crazy, it's got to be true. And then the Snapchat one, all the kids are pushing back on AI. So that makes sense. They want to keep that demographic.
Okay.
Tesla phone actually
especially
sounds pretty reasonable. It sounds like something Musk would want to do, especially with, like Mike said, the satellite network, kind of corner that, and you can make a Trump phone.
Yeah.
So, but I think this is one of those where the story is going to become true later. But right now, I'm going to vote for Tesla as the false one.
All three of you guys are correct. The Tesla reported.
Oh, you just let it out right away?
He didn't build up any.
No, all of you are correct. All of you are correct. I clearly could not get that. But let me just tell you, there has been rumors that if there was going to be a phone created, he would want to create it after the Model T is the name of his phone, because he enjoys Ford's first Model T as production line type of deal.
Of course, he would like Henry Ford.
So
I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Do your research on listeners on Henry Ford.
So this Tesla reported testing phone that today is August 4th, right? Today is August 4th. I just want to say that we will probably be predicting the future, because none of this is real yet, but this all comes from scraped information that I have found regarding the possibility of them building a phone, and it would actually be built by Tesla because they already have the hardware chips as where they would actually have to build it from. So I think This is a story yet to come. When they do announce a Model T mobile phone, you come back to this deal here and we will see it. So
we'll do it through Snapchat.
You do it through Snapchat. Yeah. All right. Well, guess what? You guys
in Australia.
You guys all
as
win.
a 10-year-old.
I wonder if Tracy would have said something else first, would that have swayed your guys' votes?
No.
Okay.
No, but the fact that she said I have not heard anything about it, that was just cream on the.
We know
top.
who the technology news person is in the house.
Yeah. Because the minute she said that, I knew you weren't talking about it, and I knew that was your little AI prompt.
Well, robots are going to the gym. I figured we'd do robot story that you guys would figure. I was trying to figure that you would think that I threw that in there, and then okay, all right. Well, let's move on. I lost again.
See, there's logic to that story.
There's logic to that story.
So do you know more about that story? Because that one's, Mike, you said you've seen them.
Yeah, I've seen video footage of them training robots in these facilities where they have setups like obstacle courses and stuff.
Yep.
There's like seven different
places you can actually rent to put your robots in there.
Mark, are you saying that you fell for Nathan's strategy?
Almost,
but it was the one that was way out there in my mind. Robots in the gym. What the heck? The other two were just realistic.
Okay.
Is this like those places there go where we saw the videos of the robot going crazy and hitting everything in the whole wide in the room?
that was a restaurant. That was a restaurant in L.A.
The dancing robot.
They actually have a bunch of these now. These are popping up. It's almost as bad as the workout trend with the CrossFit things. You see these now popping up all over these robot type of deals. So, all right,
it's like goat yoga.
That's right, or hot yoga.
No, goat yoga.
Goat yoga. What is goat yoga?
They do yoga with goats.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, let's move on now to our favorite segment.
We have the grumpiest guy in the world coming up next. It's Mike the AI guy. Grump on the radio. It's Mike the AI guy.
Today's story, though, is a masterclass in academic justice, poetic irony, and the kind of student stupidity that makes me want to stand up and salute every teacher that's still fighting the good fight.
Okay.
A history professor at Alcorn State hid a secret AI trap in white font, invisible to humans, but perfectly visible to every AI that lazy students use to help them out.
All right.
And guess what?
What?
Out of the 35 students that turned in the essays that were assigned, 32 of those 35 students had been completely written by AI and not proofread.
So you're telling me only 3 students?
3 students actually did the work. Now, when we talked about this several years ago, what did I say was going to happen when we started allowing AI into the general population, especially in schools?
Help remind me.
That they were going to be using it to cheat, and it was going to become common practice.
Okay.
Hey, Mike,
Yep.
I'm going to be a little grumpy here. We can't prove those 3 students didn't use AI and cheat. They may have just done a little bit of tiny extra work to proofread.
That's true.
Correct.
But
Well, all they would have had to do was read their paper, because what
Yes.
he embedded in there was like the word Madagascar, and he just made it white text so that you couldn't see it with your eye.
Yeah.
But the reports that the kids turned in actually, and they had nothing to do with like Madagascar, but they actually like then started talking about it in the reports. All you do is read your own report and go, that doesn't make any sense.
Yep. So
Okay, keep on
so
going.
I'm going to grump on this. This is my grumpy stuff.
Okay, there you go. All right, keep on going. Keep on going.
All right. So 32 of these students turned in essays about the Industrial Revolution, which features random hallucinations about Madagascar, like she said. So he put this white text in the prompts, or in the students'
Question. Was in the question.
In the question.
They cut and pasted it, put it exactly into
ChatGPT, and it kicked this back. Now, they didn't even proofread it.
So the other three
could have done it and then proofread it and said, "What the heck is this stuff?" and got it out.
Okay.
But the rest of them, and this is why I complain about this, because of this type of reason.
This is our future.
This is our future. They're using AI to do the work for them, and they're not even doing the work to make sure the AI did the right job, right? Not a glance.
Okay.
Pure Olympic level laziness. One essay literally said Madagascar floats sideways through the afternoon.
Okay.
And another, the prompt spit out Madagascar purple bicycle whispers to the ceiling.
Okay.
And then my personal favorite, Madagascar wore a toaster to a basketball game.
All right. Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
That's bordering on performance art right there.
All right.
Professor Gibson, who set this all up, absolute legend here, calmly explained how he caught them and even let them contest the grade. Only 2 tried. The rest basically said, "Yeah, the toaster thing, that was me." These teachers deserve medals, statues, heck, even a national holiday, because they're fighting AI cheating, burnout, and students who think proofreading is a hate crime. So, yeah, this is the problem that we talked about before. Academia is struggling. Honor codes are collapsing like card houses. Students are out here submitting essays that read like a malfunctioning Roomba, which I have.
Okay.
Having a fever dream. But today, I'm happy to report that we have a win from this one particular teacher who understands AI and how to combat it.
Okay.
So, as we move into the future and students get more lazy, Madagascar will still float sideways through your afternoon thanks to AI.
So this is really scary. We're at a point now where, but
this is
trying to proofread it,
right? This is why I rarely complain about the actual technology.
Okay.
I know it sounds like it because I'm always complaining, but I rarely complain about the technology. It's how the technology is used.
Yeah.
And this is one of the places where I really, really have trouble keeping my mouth shut, because this is where people are supposed to be learning how to learn, not learning how to cheat.
So that would have taken literally 30 seconds to cut and paste. So they didn't spend any time on it. They literally 30 seconds, cut and paste, put it on a test and submit.
And printed it out and didn't read it. What if you're a doctor and you're in medical school and you're using AI to print out medical procedures that you're supposed to know?
Have you ever seen the TV series Dr. Dead or Dr. Death?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So, that was pre-AI, but essentially he had no idea what he was doing.
Yeah, but he was a con artist.
So he was a con artist. He made a bunch of diplomas. People thought he was real, and he'd go on in there and had no idea.
I'm not saying that
doing.
this isn't something that happened before, but we're talking about dangerous precedents that is going to echo out into the future, our future, as these people in these classes move into regular life and start working in these fields in which they've been using ChatGPT to cheat in.
Well, and the other thing is if you take it a step further and think about it, what if they did read it and they went, "Oh, Madagascar, I guess that must have to do with something with the Industrial Revolution," and let it go? Like they weren't smart enough to know that has nothing to do with it?
That'd be even scarier.
Right?
Madagascar.
Where's Madagascar?
There's like 2 cartoon shows out about it. They should have known at least it was some Africa
but
thing.
I guarantee you somebody in there read it and went, "Oh, I guess their ChatGPT knows it must be in there."
All right. Well,
that's sad because weren't these college students?
Yeah, these are college students.
These were college students.
Acorn University, which is supposed to be a pretty high end. They're a Division I school. They have
their
football program,
show.
basketball programs. They are a small school, but pretty large.
So I'm here to say thank you, Professor Gibson. Is it Gibson?
Yep, I think so.
Thank you, Professor Gibson.
And watch his videos online; they're pretty funny. And he's actually got a lot of other videos too. All right, but now we need to move into something secret. Shh, we're going to our secret sound.
And now for our secret sound, brought to us by Elite Executive Services. Visit techtimeradio.com and click on the contact page to submit your answer. Odie, play that sound.
All right. Do you know what that secret sound is? The pod is back at $65. So jump online and click on our talkback system or leave us a message at 206-649-6098. We have one guest that has submitted. So everybody else, this is your chance to jump on. It is not Donkey Kong, the video game, but that was a nice guess that somebody thought maybe it was Donkey Kong jumping on up and something like that. Not a video game. It's something related to something else.
If you said that was Donkey Kong, you have never played Donkey Kong.
Well, okay. All right. So remember, 206-649-6098 or our talkback system. We're going to take a commercial break here. When we return, we have our This Week in Technology. So see you after the break.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, so you know what? We need people to start liking our social media pages.
If you like our show, if you really like us, we could use your support on patreon.com.
Or is it Patreon? I think it's Patreon.
Okay, Patreon. If you really like us, you can.
And you say I'm the English guy?
Patreon.com.
I butcher the English language?
You know you butcher the English language.
Okay, so it's
all the time.
It's Patreon.com.
Patreon.com. If you really like our show, you can subscribe to patreon.com and help us out.
Oh, and you can visit us on that Facebook platform. You know, the one that Zuckerberg owns?
The one that we always bag on?
Yeah, you can. We're on Facebook, too.
Yeah, like us on Facebook.
Do you know what our Facebook page is?
TechTime Radio.
At TechTime Radio. Yeah. You know what? There's a trend here.
It seems to be that there's a trend, and that's TechTime Radio.
Or you can even Instagram with us.
And that's at TechTime Radio.
That's at TechTime Radio. Or you can find us on TikTok.
And it's TechTime Radio.
It's at TechTime Radio.
Like and subscribe to our social
media.
media.
Like us today. We need you to like us.
Like us and subscribe. That's it?
That's it. That's that simple.
And now, let's look back at this week in technology.
All right, we're going all the way in our Wayback Machine to August 4th, 1988. A computer shuts down NASA only a few seconds before ignition. The computer halts an engine test in preparation for the launch of the Space Shuttle Discovery. The shuttle's engine's computerized controls determined that a valve was not closing fast enough and sent a major component failure command from the computer to all three engines, telling them not to fire. The test and computer system were a part of NASA's effort to ensure the safety of Discovery, whose flight would be the first since the Challenger explosion in 1986. The real story here is not the shuttle failed to start. The story is how the computer successfully prevented humans from launching into every safety question being answered before we take a launch moving forward. The computer behind the shuttle was the Space Shuttle IBM AP-101, the general purpose computer. IBM developed these machines specifically for NASA's shuttle program after the incident that happened with Challenger. So that was a pretty big incident into our NASA program. The first versions were designed back in the 70s, but long before modern laptops or smartphones existed, the idea of having this computer shut down any operation was put into place. Each continues to compare its answers against each other's as they both run identical software simultaneously in two different platforms. If one computer disagrees with the rest, it can be automatically isolated from the system. This approach now helps with redundancy, fault tolerance, and was revolutionary for the time and became a model for later aerospace and industrial control systems. That was This Week in Technology. If you ever want to watch some Tech Time history with over 300 plus weekly broadcasts spanning our 6+ years of video, podcast, blog information, you can visit us at techtimeradio.com to watch our older shows. And once a week, get an update on me on technology area in our blog space. So we're going to take a commercial break now. When we return, we have the Mark Mumble Whiskey Review. See you after this break.
How to See a Man About a Dog. It combines darkly comic short stories, powerful poems, and pulp fiction prose to create a heartbreaking and hilarious journey readers will not soon forget. Read How to See a Man About a Dog, collected writings, for free with Kindle Unlimited. Ebook available on Kindle, print copies available on Amazon The Book Repository, and more.
The segment we've been waiting all week for. Mark's Whiskey Mumble.
All right.
Can't wait till I'm back in the studio and we can dance together.
I know. That's so much fun. All right.
Please no. Please no.
What do we got?
Well, we got today, August 4th. What is today?
You know what?
What are we
National
celebrating?
You know what?
Day?
No, you know what? I looked up on my browser this morning and I got a big thing that said National Cookie Day. Is it? Did you do the National Cookie Day? Because it came up on my Bing browser.
I did not.
Oh, you did not.
See how he uses AI to cheat.
No. I have a Bing browser that pops up information.
We all know about your Bing browser, buddy.
Okay,
I think it's National Chocolate Chip Day, but I don't eat chocolate chip cookies, so I had no desire to celebrate that today.
It's Chocolate Chip Day. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Okay, but what
I had a whole joke prepared for this, but your son did not show up today.
Oh, he did not. He's not on the
That's
board
because
today.
he's training dogs.
We'll still celebrate him. Today is Hooray for Kids Day.
Hooray for Kids Day. Oh, boy.
That's really a... never mind.
Is that... Okay, all right.
So today, officially, we celebrate the boundless curiosity, imagination, and the joy children bring into the world. It's also a reminder for adults to reconnect with their inner child, ask too many questions, laugh at inappropriate moments, and refuse, like Nathan, to eat anything green. So spend some time playing, exploring, and appreciating the wonders of seeing the world before bills, meetings, and software updates ruin everything.
Okay.
Professors who catch you cheating.
Everybody's just a bunch of sighs today. It's Hooray for Kids Day.
Yay! I love kids. The best part about kids.
You know, I have 4 of them. And you know what's the best thing about all 4 of my kids?
What's that?
They're grown up.
Oh, there you go. That is nice. Although then they get spouses and then they get a bunch of other stuff, and then they get all their...
And they get dogs that they have to train.
Dogs that they have to train and everything that goes through with that. So, all right. Okay. Continuing on. All right.
Well, since today is all about curiosity and discovery, 2 qualities children possess naturally and adults occasionally rediscover after a couple of drinks, let's reveal what the 2 whiskeys behind the blind tasting are. So one of them, drum roll, in no particular order, we have Ha See's San Oaks Chinese Whiskey, the black label. From Ha See's Distillery in Shanghai, China. It's a single malt whiskey, non-age stated, 84 proof, 100% Chinese grains. We assume malted barley, and it's $75.
From China. Are they going to shut down? Are you going to shut down their whiskey deals with the robot?
It has nothing
too?
to do with robots.
Okay. All right. Continue on. Okay.
And the other one is our winner from last year's Flavor calendar, the Bacta 1928 Rye Whiskey. From Vermont, it's a Finnish rye whiskey, non-age stated, 100 proof. It's 60% rye, 30% Calvados, and a 10% blend of Armagnac, and that's $67.
So you said that this was last year's. So one of these we picked as last year's winner.
Yeah, and they put it in this year's Flavor calendar again.
Guess which one was which there, Nathan?
Oh, now I feel really bad. What if we don't pick the one that was the winner? No.
Well, that's okay because you almost voted against the Bacta every single time last year, and so far closely this year too.
Oh no! So I'm kind of voting against this. Do I change my mind and vote?
That's the Chinese.
Don't
one.
change your mind based on what they are. Change on what you like.
I think that's Chinese based right there.
That's the Chinese one.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure.
You're pretty sure. Okay, all right. I have like this from the beginning, so we'll see. All right. Well, I can't wait to see at our pick of the day which whiskey we got.
And what is whiskey and technology like?
Well, whiskey and technology are such a great pairing. Thanks there, Mark. Like garage sales and hidden eBay gems. So when you go out to a garage sale, you can find that hidden eBay gem and then you can post it on there. Or if you need 5,000 different boxes of floppy disks, let me know because you can go to eBay and look for floppy disk because I still am trying to sell my floppy disks that I got at auction. Yeah.
How long have you had that?
I may have found somebody
It's been
online.
like a year or more?
About a year and a half. Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Well, hopefully.
I thought you were going to go more like Goodwill and rare finds because of the teenager that was going through. I think it was Goodwill, but it was some kind of thrift shop, and he found Wilt Chamberlain's warm-up jacket there.
Yeah. You know, you can find some pretty good finds if you go there.
I feel like that's not Nathan's forte.
What's that? Goodwill?
Going to Goodwill.
Oh,
and finding
I go a
rare
lot.
items.
I go a lot.
I believe that, but you finding rare items there.
Okay,
I'm
that's
pretty.
That's
sure
where I buy
that
my
is.
underwear. All right, let's prepare for our technology fail of the week. Brought to you by Elite Executive Services, technology experts to help you out of a technology fail.
Congratulations. You're a failure.
Oh, I failed. Did I?
Yes.
Did I?
Yes.
All right, this week's technology fail comes to us across the United States, but specifically the state of Minnesota. Now, water facilities in 7 states were hit by coordinated cyber attacks, knocking out pressure, causing flooding, and locking operators out of their own systems this last. The FBI says hackers broke in through exposed programmatic logic controllers, changing passwords and IPs like they own the place. And the danger isn't just inconvenience. When the pressure drops, untreated groundwater can seep into pipes, turning a cyber attack into a public health threat. Minnesota was hit the hardest, with over 30 facilities breached in a week, with activity matching early warnings about Iran hacking campaigns, according to internal memos shared with the press. Now, federal agencies are urging utility companies to do the basics. This is what the federal agency has issued.
No.
To create strong passwords, buy a firewall, and lock down internet-facing devices. The fact that it needs to be said is the technology fail. Americans' water infrastructure wasn't just attacked, it was wide open. Didn't even have password 123 or password. They had wide open systems that anybody could come into and essentially shut off the water facilities for the state of Minnesota. Now, how can you?
I don't even know why you're even doing that, because we all know this is
a failure. Everybody in the IT environment for anything with the water treatment or anything in Minnesota should all be fired. They should all be let go. There is no way that you should have a system that is running your public health safety issues with water with no passwords. Enough said, mic drop. Those people shouldn't have a job. All right, let's move on now.
That's probably because they use ChatGPT to cheat on everything.
Then let's go to the Nathan Nugget of the week.
This is your Nugget of the Week.
Well, we've officially reached the point where even bedtime has a luxury tech scandal. Now, the thing about it is just isn't expensive. This is absurd. Let's start with a 3D scan of your head and neck, like you're being fitted in a space helmet. Then an AI model builds a digital twin of your sleeping posture. A robotic milling machine carves the pillow foam with millimeter precision because apparently your head requires an aerospace grade engineering to develop the best pillow. Once the science is done, then they glue on gold, sapphire, and a zipper with 4 diamonds. That's right, a diamond zipper for something that you can drool on. It arrives in a branded box like you're unboxing a royal artifact instead of a glorified rectangle. So yes, this is the world's most expensive pillow, coming in at a cost of $57,000.
Really?
$57,000.
Yeah, you could buy one of those robots for $57,000,
and I can sleep on that, because combining medical imaging, robotics, AI modeling, and gemstones is much more expensive than that $19 pillow at Costco.
Yeah, I don't know.
So now let's move to our pick of the day, whiskey tasting.
And now our pick of the day for our whiskey tastings. Let's see what bubbles to the top.
Mark, do you got a pillow on order? Are you one of the people waiting for that now? 6 months?
I need that sleep so bad. That'd be beautiful. Putting my head down on a gold bar sounds so comfortable.
That's it.
So you guys have chosen to move on to the 3rd round, the Bacta 1928 rye whiskey.
Oh, okay.
And that's the one that has a 100-year-old blend of Armagnac in it.
Okay. And that's what we chose last year as a winner, huh?
That was last year's winner.
But I struggle with this sometimes, I guess. Maybe
you have.
I have.
I went back and looked. Most times you did not vote it up. It had to be Mike, and then I was the deciding vote on it.
Okay, this other stuff was just really, really blah. So I don't know how we put that through.
I don't know why you don't strike me as somebody who would come up with blah as being a problem.
Well, normally I like it, but this one actually tasted really good. So you know what? I
mean, they both had pretty good flavors, but you're right. The second one was Blah.
I wonder if I had some real other bitters, because none of these had any bitter aftertaste. So I wonder if it was going up against some that had a bad aftertaste.
It's just your roving palate, buddy.
Okay, my roving palate. Oh, well, guess what? We're about out of time. We want to thank our listeners for joining the program. Listeners, we want to hear from you. Visit us at techtimeradio.com. Click on Be a Caller and ask us a technology question in our talkback recording system. Remember, the science of tomorrow starts with the technology of today. See you next week.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us on Tech Time Radio. We hope that you had a chance to have that moment today in technology. The fun doesn't stop there. We recommend that you go to techtimeradio.com and join our fan list for the most important aspect of staying connected and winning some really great monthly prizes. We also have a few other ways to stay connected, including subscribing to our podcast on any podcast service, from Apple to Google and everything in between. We're also on YouTube, so check us out on youtube.com/techtimeradio, all one word. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did making it for you. From all of us at Tech Time Radio, remember, Mumm's the word. Have a safe and fantastic week.